Hey there, Internet. My name's Luxander. We haven't talked for a minute like this, so I wanted to make a little video kind of explaining why the content is so different right now and what's going to be going on moving forward for people who've been around for a while and want to know what's up. I guess I'll just come out guns blazing right at the beginning here and say that I'm currently making a big push to get this channel and all relevant medias up to a point where I can sustain myself off of this as a job, probably. Because it seems like, as a disabled person, I have not had good luck with jobs, unfortunately. So I have been trying to brainstorm what to do, how to fix this problem in my life. And the conclusion that I have come to is that I'm willing to work some kind of job in order to support my ability to stay home and keep the house clean and take care of my cats. One of my cats had a seizure last week, and he's fine now. He's diabetic, and he needs his insulin dose adjusted, but I would have had no idea if I hadn't have happened to not worked that day because of the weather. So, for a lot of reasons, I am going to try to make this dedicated push, right? So with that in mind, one of the things that I've been doing is streaming, because I really enjoy streaming. We have a very conversational affect here in this context, and I think the stream is just sort of a natural evolution of that. I've been unsure at various times what kind of content I should be making, and this just seems like the natural direction to go. As a result of that, there have been, for the past month and a half or 2 months or however long I've been doing this, all of the videos that I've been posting on this channel have been clips, like segments edited from streams, which is really different type of content. And I've also just very recently, as of today that I'm recording this, decided to go ahead and make the full VODs public on the channel instead of having them on an unlisted playlist. So I'm kind of making this effort to restructure my life so that, to be totally clear, my dad has been disabled. Laughter from the other room. My dad has been disabled for more than 10 years, and I have the same diagnosis that he does. And if I don't make some radical lifestyle changes, I'm going to gradually lose aspects of my independence, which I'm not willing to do. If I have the opportunity to curb those things ahead of time, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So that is kind of what I've been doing. So that's why the tone of the channel has been a little bit different lately, and sort of my reasonings behind it. Additionally, I don't really have ideas right now, I guess is safe to say, for what kind of content would work as prepared content. I don't often receive feedback from you all about what kind of prepared content would work. So that's one of the nice things, excuse me, about the streaming format, is that things can come up organically. People can say, oh, I like this, I would like to talk about this. We can break up the flow of things as it goes. And I understand, however, that means that the content on the channel, I've been streaming on Twitch mostly, so I'm making this distinction as I speak. I'm referring to the streams, which have been occurring on Twitch, more on that in a minute, versus the channel, which I mean the YouTube channel. So on the channel, we do have this change in the content recently, where obviously if I am giving you clips from a stream, that is going to be significantly more... I mean, I have ADHD. It's going to be more scattered and all over the place. When I am sitting down and editing a video, I have the option to pause and say, wow, holy cow, my brain just got away from me there. Let me just take a second, collect myself, and then start over wherever I was before and try to keep it on track. Or if I mention something later, I meant to say when I was recording this earlier, so I'm going to say it now, and then when I go and edit it, I move it to the appropriate segment. So there is an extent to which there will be some sort of disjointed ways that the content comes across, and I don't really have a great way around this right now. What I will say is that I don't fully intend to stop doing prepared content. I just need a little bit more info in order to do that and then feel like I'm accomplishing something. Because it's another thing is that I for years have been saying I don't know what to do with my content. So I guess providing a space where people can chill and hang out and we can discuss community interactions. Like, you know, I did this recent content talking about Riley Grace Rochong and our relationship and the content that she's put out and the activism she's tried to do. You know, I'm interested in having more of a relationship with other people within the community, streamers, creators. I don't often comment on those things, so that's one of the many things that I'm interested in doing. I don't want to stop doing any trans or queer activism. To be totally clear, I am fully intending to always have that be a presence in my content. There's no way it can be extricated from the content because that's who I am. So I'm really open to anytime I'm streaming, someone can come in and leave me a question. If anyone ever feels like a structured, targeted video would make better sense for something, I'm open to make those. I've made a lot of content that can be revisited and tends to lose its efficacy over time, of course, and I'm also open to recreating any resources I've made in the past that could be better. One of the reasons why streaming makes so much sense for me is because my videos are never strictly educational. Even, like, for example, one of my videos that has the most continued viewing power is my bisexual versus pansexual video, right? That one has a lot of staying power, and in the last part of the video, I start talking about myself and my, like, oh, I decided that I don't want to identify as this, and I do want to identify as this, da-da-da. Every single time, I have, like, a setup, like, I deliver the main point, and then I go off talking about my own opinion at the end, and like, a bunch of additional, you know, all these thoughts that I have that stack on top of the original issue. So it really just makes sense for me to stream and organically have these things come up. I feel like I'm over-justifying this. I'm just trying to explain to you why this decision makes sense to me. And explaining that I don't intend to completely abandon the content that I was doing before, but that this is just something that, because of my availability and the way that my brain works and my disabilities, all that kind of stuff, all that factors into why the content has been like what it has been like for you most recently. In reference to, I'm trying to get this, and I say, like, all relevant medias, trying to get this to a point where I can make money off of it, like, sustainably. I do make money off of it through AdSense, through Patreon. So, as always, you can demonstrate your support through Patreon. Currently on the streams right now, I have a bar set up to show the goal that right now, basically, the goal is to get subscription income up to $1,500 a month. And that would enable me, I think, to be comfortable in my living situation. So, like, that's the point at which I feel like, oh, I could quit any other job I have and have it be okay. So subscribing through Patreon right now is the primary way that I'm gauging whether I can quit other wage labor and focus on doing things that are within my ability, right? So Patreon, I recently added some new tiers on there. Very worth checking out. It's going to be the most reliable thing that I check as far as income goes. I also have the ability to receive the YouTube chat donos, right? Currently, I'm not streaming actively on YouTube because I need to pay a website to let me stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Currently, I'm just doing this on Twitch, but to be totally clear, I fully intend to be streaming simultaneously to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. There is a possibility that I will end up with a separate website that hosts the primary chat. That is a little bit beyond me at this particular moment of recording. We'll see. I'm also implementing YouTube memberships, so members on YouTube will get roughly the same types of benefits that people on Patreon will get. The tiers are a little bit different, not exactly the same, but that this is going to be my first time mentioning it because I am only just now submitted the stuff for review. So for that, when we do start streaming regularly on YouTube, there will be custom badges and emotes that you will eventually have access to once the membership's clear. So that is something that you can look forward to. Feel free to check out the tiers and everything when that's published. I'll probably mention it again when that happens. So currently, that's the plan. That's the setup. That's what's happening. Formally, welcome to the new space. This is more or less like, so this area over here still kind of TLDR, like not finished. This area over here is pretty much, there's going to be minor changes, but this area over here is pretty much done. The wall is pretty much going to stay the way that it's going to stay. And we have the cat pedestal. So look forward to that. There may need to be some tweaking so that he is visible from behind me here. So yeah, thank you so much, as always, for your interest in what's going on. Thank you so much for supporting me, and I look forward to continuing to build this channel and my relationship with you, and I think it's going to be good stuff. So that's going to be all from me today, though. If you like this video, please give me pretty analytics to look at and comments to read. Feel free to support the channel through one-time donations on PayPal or by subscribing through Patreon or YouTube memberships whenever that becomes available. There is a join button that will soon be available for you to click. So once again, thank you all so much for watching, and I really hope that you have an okay day. Bye. Please head over to patreon.com/Luxander. You can get such rewards as having your name called out at the end of the video, like this. Thank you so much to Jovian F. Gaudreau, butchered, Bean, Amanda B., Heather Clarkson, R. Halverson, Sarah A., Wellington Marcus, Athiette, Michelle Winter, Aldo Espinoza Zuniga, Frozen Summers, Suzanne Maynard, Mr. Atheist, and Elizabeth Bartell.